Alright guys, you caught my potato transition, but here we go. It's Execution.IND going up against CSM, and India versus Pakistan matchup. Again, both teams have forgotten to tag up inside the lobby, but CSM is going to be on the Dire, Execution.IND on the Dire, and CSM on the Radiant. I'm CloudX, and we're going to be watching a best of one here for the ESL India Premiership powered by Nodwin Gaming. Alchemist will be banned out as the first ban by the Dire, while Bristleback and Viper have been removed from the pool by CSM. I don't really have too much information about these teams. I do believe Execution has made a LAN appearance back in the day. They showed up at the ACG qualifiers. This was about 2 or 3 years ago, in fact, down south in Hyderabad. I haven't seen them play ever since then, but I am looking forward to a solid performance. As for CSM, I have absolutely no clue who they are or where they've come from, but I'm expecting some good Dota coming out here. Lion's going to be the first pick, so the Piladai play being put to use already. Well, 2 picks on the board here for Setsuna and Co. What do they have in store for us? I'm looking at a possible bounty hunter, maybe an earth spirit for those rotating supports. Since the alchemist has been banned, we're not going to see any early ancient apparition pickups. Possibly a Slark early pick. We've seen this back in many games actually, where the Slark gets early picked. He is one of the stronger cores this meta. With the changes to the Silver Edge in particular, I think Slark has indeed become a top tier pick. As far as carries go though, we've seen the trend, well, at least the Indian Dota trend has been to pick up the carry and your mid as your last 2 picks. You don't really want to give away too much information about your lanes and your cores. So I should be seeing some supports being picked up right off the bat. My gut tells me that the bounty hunter is still indeed very viable. Oh no, they'll go with the Beastmaster, so that's an offlaner that's too good to pass up really. Also, if they've got their compendium, they probably watched Slax's cut video, cut crew video I believe it's called, where he's encouraging everyone to chop down trees to get that community goal finished up. 2 picks on the board though, so they've got another one to supplement that Beastmaster. Now I know I'm going on about this over and over again, but the Bounty Hunter just seems perfect here. We've seen dual lanes with the Bounty and the Beastmaster in the off lane. They completely decimate tri lanes by themselves. The slow from the Orb of Venom and the double bore slow works wonders versus most off lane supports, especially a squishy support like the Lion. He'd be falling prey to that if they do get that bounty. But as far as supports go, okay, they're going to go with the Venge. So now they've got the anti-Bat Rider hero picked up in their pocket. They've also got a pseudo aura strat coming out with the Vengeance aura and the Inner Beast aura. I'd expect a Drow Ranger ban coming out from CSM, because it does seem like the right thing to do to get the Drow Ranger to supplement the rest of those auras. I believe we saw Empire running the aura strat at ESL Manila, and it worked wonders for them. Lich. That's a decent second pickup, but a squishy one nonetheless. Now, the last time I saw Lich actually being run successfully was by TNC at the open qualifiers for the Manila Major, I believe. Was it the Manila Major? Yeah, it was the open qualifiers for the Manila Major. So they ran Lich at the middle lane with the Raven Spectre, and every time they got their hands on it, they did it and they won with it. For those of you that did watch the open quals, you'll know that TNC stomped pretty much everyone to make their way through, only losing out in the grand finals of the regional SEA qualifiers versus their own Filipino brothers, Mineski. But Spectre will be banned out. Setsuna knows what's up, and he's not going to give it away to CSM. While CSM is opted to ban out the Tinker themselves. So that is indicative of a dual lane at mid. Tinker is one of those heroes that can actually hold his own by Marth spamming and pushing out the waves, and if things really do get too hard for him, he's always got the opportunity to just move into the jungle, stack up those neutrals, and claim them for later use to get his early boots of travels. Also, there's plenty of synergy with the Beastmaster and the Tinker, the BOT onto a Hawk to give you that positional advantage to fire away homing missiles. Heat-seeking missiles. So many rockets and missiles this game, with the Clockwork Rocket Flare, the Gyrocopter homing missile, Tinker with the heat-seeking missiles. But none going to be picked up so far, while Tide will get banned out as the 4th hero removed from the pool by Execution. So that limits CSM's offlane choices a bit. They've banned out the Bristleback themselves. Beastmaster's been picked up on the other side. Bat Rider's still in the pool, but Execution has the tools needed to deal with him. in the form of that vengeful spirit. Sven's going to be banned out, so the aura strat getting a little stunted, but I feel like the Drow Ranger is the way to go here for Execution. The only real drawback about picking a Drow Ranger is that it puts your lineup on a sort of clock, because Drow is one of those heroes that gets a massive power spike come mid-game phase, and especially once you hit level 6. But that slowly starts to fade away as you transition into the ultra late game phase. There's plenty of cores that could make mince meat out of the Drow Ranger if she's caught in lockdown, and she's not really one of those heroes that has innate mobility or tankiness, so she needs to be protected at all times. But with the aura strat, the fact that Drow Ranger's on a clock, it basically means that you can run down, mow down towers without really thinking too much. Just stand on the front lines with one of your tanky heroes. The Night Stalker could fit the bill here. And basically you just mow down towers one after the other, take the Roshan, and then jump up onto the high ground with that added layer of security. CSM though, what do they have in store for us here? Now they've got the vision game going entirely in favor of Execution. The Night Stalker pick, more than a pick for themselves, I feel like that's a deny pick coming out from them. Because one way to deal with the Beastmaster's vision from the Hawk is to get the Night Stalker. The darkness reduces vision during the night time, and that Hawk basically becomes a dead asset on the side of Execution. But now they're not going to have to worry about that. They've got vision advantage in the daytime as well as the nighttime now with NS. For CSM though, they've got to be feeling the pressure. They should know that Execution has a fairly early game lineup here. One that can run past their towers and jump their heroes. They're going to need some more lockdowns. I like this Gyrocopter pickup. It's a hero that can really turn the tides of battle in a matter of seconds. In the early and mid game phase, he brings an absurd and disgusting amount of magic AoE damage, which eventually gets, while it does fall off in the mid-late game phase, he really does become one of those hard-hitting cores with the flak cannons hitting multiple targets at a time. And especially if he builds raw damage items like the MKB, he does transition into one of the best cores in the game, I'd say. Execution though, they're down to the wire with just 2 seconds of reserve time. They'll get themselves the Clinks, unveiling one of their cores here. So again, they've picked up a squishy hero. I feel like the Drow might have been a better option than the Clinks, but at the same time, Clinks is one of those heroes that comes online a lot sooner than the Drow Ranger. We could see Clinks getting the medallion this game. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be the medallion into the Desolator game for him. There is synergy with armor reduction from the Vengeful Spirit's Wave of Terror. And it could allow them to prep for an early Roshan, given that they're on the dire side. While for the Radiant, that Gyrocopter, he can't be out farming by himself, because Clinks is one of those heroes that can punish greedy farmers in the jungle by finding pickoffs on his own. So pressure does seem to be the name of the game here from Execution, but the fact that CSM has plenty of time to work with here, they could react to this beautifully. I'm thinking, so they're going to need a mid and an offlaner. Yeah, I was just going to call out the Slaughter, but you guys aren't going to believe me, of course, as the offlane pick for them now. The amp damage versus the invisibility from the Clinks. Also, the fact that Clinks is fairly squishy and susceptible to lockdowns and physical DPS, the Slaughter does seem like the best way to go. But that said, I don't think there's much a Slaughter can do in the face of a Clinks, Venge and Night Stalker tri-lane. He needs to be really careful, and getting the early Blink Tiger is going to be an extremely tall order for him. Puck will be the 5th and final ban for Execution. While the Radiant side, they're going to be looking to ban out a middle laner themselves. Invoker has been banned. You've got the Queen of Pain, which is indeed a viable option, but if Execution wants another frontliner, the Dragon Knight seems like a good option. They'll then have push capabilities, along with another lockdown to add to their pool. For CSM though, what will their middle laner be here? I'm thinking the Quap does seem like a good choice. They have AoE disables. They've got some AoE magic damage with the Gyro, and then they'll have the burst damage from the Queen of Pain if they choose to pick her up. The Puck's been removed already, which means that Queen of Pain doesn't really have too many heroes that can contest her at mid. I'm thinking the Wind Ranger might be one of the few that still fits that bill, but we'll have to wait and see. CSM has a good 54 seconds to determine their last pick here. You gotta remember, it's a best of one. Both teams will be bringing their A game here, and it will indeed be the Wind Ranger as the final pick for the team from Pakistan. So, Wind Ranger, physical DPS with the focus fire, synergy with the amp damage. They've got the lockdown in the form of that shackle shot, which could work against the Beastmaster Boar. She's fairly slippery and does have that evasion with the Wind Run as well to deal with the Clinks, but the sheer amount of lockdown and the silence, and now even the Lina with the burst damage being picked up, I do favor Execution's lineup in this particular matchup. But we'll have to wait and see if CSM can prove us wrong, as we will get this show on the road. For those of you just tuning in, it's an India versus Pakistan brawl for the ESL India Premiership, powered by Nordwind Gaming, CSM on the Radiant, and Execution.IND on the Dire. My name's CloudX, and I'm going to be solo casting this one yet again. We'll be jumping into this in just a bit, but as far as predictions go, without really knowing who plays what and how, I'm going to say that Execution has the better lineup on paper in the early mid-game phase, but if it does go to the late game mark, that's when CSM is really going to start getting a lot stronger. So let's start things off with introductions then, shall we? DDK on the gyro for CSM. You've got Skadoosh playing the Slaughter. Morgan Freefarm, ironically, going to be playing the support Lion with Dragul or Dragul, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, on the Lich. And last but not the least, Demo on the Wind Ranger. On the other side of the river, you've got Setsuna, the captain on the support role, Vengeful Spirit. You've got Akat or Akat on the Clinks, Blasphemy on the Beastmaster, mid TY on the Lina. Indeed, that's where he's going to be heading. And lastly, Lips of an Angel, a Hinder fan by the looks of it, going to be playing the Night Stalker. So Demo hasn't been pulled any tangos here. He is going towards the middle lane, and he should be looking to pick a couple up from Morgan Freefarm, who's still holding on to them for now. TDK, he's opted to start off with the Wraith Band recipe, so he's clearly looking to get the Ring of Aquila picked up early on. This does seem like a game where he's going to need armor and raw HP to work with against that Clinks, who's going to be hunting him come mid-game phase. Clinks has actually started with the Ring of Protection himself, so I'm expecting a Ring of Aquila to be picked up on himself as well. Ooh, looks like both teams are suffering from a little bit of packet loss here. 10% for Akat and 20% for Morgan Freefarm. Man, 10% isn't less packet loss. I still think it's fairly unplayable. This game is being played on the Singapore server, so pings should be fairly even for both Execution and CSM. I'm not entirely sure what Pakistan's routing is like, but every now and then we do get a few folks from across the border in our matchmaking games, and I would assume that their ping is pretty much good to go, as is ours. Game's gonna get back underway. It's gonna be a game of DC, says Lips of an Angel, so don't worry folks, we've been prepared for that. Indian Dota has been plagued with infrastructure issues for ages now, but hashtag Digital India, man. Who knows, maybe things are gonna change. Whenever there's a Slaughter in the game, I feel like there's a lot of pressure riding on this guy. Yesterday was the Fallen versus Tryhards, and their Slaughter did not really deliver from what I remember. Skadoosh is going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders to get that early blink dagger and then find those multiple hero crushes on his opponents. Lich is still disconnected though, so while we wait for him to reconnect, let's see if we can speculate what the laning matchups are going to look like. So you've got Gyro, Lich and Lion at this bottom lane, so with the Lich sacrifice, they should be able to out-level the Beastmaster a little bit. But Beastmaster's prepared. He started with the Quelling Blade and a Stout Shield. I assume he's going to finish up an Iron Talon as soon as he can afford it. During which time, he'll be jumping into the jungle and ditching that lane altogether. It is a fairly precarious lane for him to be sitting around in, with the slow from the Lich Frost Blast, the stun, well, the disables from the Lion Earth Spike and the Hex, and the sheer amount of magic damage that the Rocket Barrage will bring to the table. Ooh, he's not well. Okay, so they're all at a cafe, and Lich is the only one that's home. He's not well, so that's why he didn't show up at the cafe. That dedication though, logging in to play this tournament matchup even when you're unwell. Props to you, CSM. Meanwhile, how are you guys doing on Twitch chat? Hello, Duns345. Thank you for the kind words. Hello, Shauna88. Welcome to the stream once again. Shubit322. Hi, man. And Fishy India, hey, nice to see you on stream here, man. I see you on our channel quite often. So top lane, mentioned that Slaughter is going to be going up against a very dangerous tri lane indeed. The Night Stalker, the Venge, and the Clinks. I feel like Clinks is probably enough to actually zone out a Slaughter by himself. And then you're going to throw 2 supports on top of it with lockdowns and slows. Man, Skadoosh is in for a rough ride. He drops down a sentry early on. And his movement has not really been scouted out, but he's also been given an observer ward. So CSM knows what's riding on this Slaughter, and the fact that he really needs to get a good start early on. They've given him 2 wards, which is rather unconventional. He's actually... Did he buy his own sentry wards? I'm not sure. But in the river, there's going to be a Mist Earth Spike. Bounty Rune will be secured here by Demo's Wind Ranger, while at top lane, Slaughter will find the other bounty as well. I think it was a good decision of... from Execution.IND to not commit to that fight. You never really want to fight into a gyrocopter at level 1, especially if that Earth Spike connects on multiple targets. That's pretty much a confirmed first blood right there. But for now, no blood has been spilled just yet. DDK. He's gonna get that Wraith Band finished up soon, which will make last hitting a little easier. So for all the firepower that the Gyro brings in the early game phase, he's got just 45 attack damage, which is quite hard to work with. Compare that to the 66 on the Beastmaster, and in a one-on-one situation, DDK would be having a really rough time. Top lane, Slaughter could be caught out of position here. Lips of an Angel scouting around the periphery for him, but he's gone in the wrong direction. Skadoosh will manage to leech a little bit of EXP on the back of this play. He's got backup as well in the form of Lich. So Lich is going to move up top. Skadoosh, now he's going to get spotted out. Will this be a kill? He could be in a bit of a pickle here. Skadoosh has not put a point into anything just yet. He's holding on to it. Now he's going to get slowed by the Void. Akat or Akkad is coming in as well. Setsuna, he's got the Magic Missile ready to go. Will fire it off as well. Akkad's got Strafe of all things at level 1. Now he's got the Searing Arrows as well. And this should be first blood as Skadoosh is trying to make a run for it, but will be unsuccessful. Setsuna's Vengeful Spirit will score that one. And all Skadoosh really managed to do was drop down a sentry ward, a Hail Mary of sorts, before losing his life. But while that's happening at top, Morgan Freeform, he's kind of losing control of his own lane here as well. Blasphemy, he's managed to pull the creep wave to the side here, which means that the creep equilibrium will be reset in his favor. And he'll be able to get some bonus CS in the bank. At mid, Demo, he's got 2 points in the power shot, no points in Shackle just yet, so he's just looking to control the lane equilibrium for now. Dragul, he's up to level 2 as a support Lich 2 minutes in. He got some free EXP on the top lane on the back of that Slaughter's death, so he's going to be quite happy with that. But now Slaughter, he's playing catch-up Dota. He's lapping up some EXP from this pull on the sidelines here. And with that pull, he's going to be able to reset his creep equilibrium to a certain extent as well, but it's still a fortunate situation here for Execution.IND. As far as CS goes, Lina not doing too well versus that Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger is up to a good 10 CS. Lina just a little bit behind, now catching up, but she's been forced to use a lot of her consumables, and her bottle still needs to be called out on the courier, which made her trip bottom. But look at the aggression being displayed here by Execution. They're just running straight past the creep wave, ignoring the farm for a while to try and get a kill on Skadoosh. Pings coming out at bottom lane as well. Morgan Free Farm attempted a pull to the side, but Blasphemy is getting a lot more out of his lane than he should. He's got 7 CS as an off-lane Beastmaster. He's opted not to pick up the Iron Talon just yet, and he doesn't need to duck his head into the jungle either, knowing that it's a 2-on-1 situation. This is a situation that the Beastmaster really excels at. Once he gets those double boars outside, there's no way that Morgan Freeform can really come and try and zone him out. In fact, there's a kill possibility here for this Beastmaster if the Lion is not careful. Middle lane Lina still keeping pace with that Wind Ranger. It's a you farm, I farm sort of situation here. Both sides just able to push out the creep wave and secure the runes for themselves. We're not seeing any rotations from the supports just yet, but we're about to hit 4 minutes. And we know what that means. It's going to be the first night time of this game. It's probably when the Night Stalker will be looking to get active. Unfortunately though, there's no smokes on the side of Execution.IND just yet. Morgan Freefarm's holding on to smoke of his own. At mid, Lena, she's going to get clipped by the shackle. The power shot comes through as well. While the shackle may not have latched, Demo connects the power shot and secures a solo kill there, which is really something that shouldn't be happening. But Demo's going to be very happy with the way this lane is going now. Not only did he get a kill, he had the regeneration rune to ensure that he doesn't lose anything while pushing out this lane and farming some more. He's also got the level advantage over and above that Lena, and he's called out his boots as well. Which means that Lena will have to be careful going forward. Blasphemy, clipped by an Earth Spike, but they're not going to be able to run him down. The Hex will be used as well. Morgan Freefarm just expending a little bit of his mana there, but not able to accomplish anything for his teammates. Night Stalker. I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't opted to get the Iron Talon and play Greedy Dota just yet. Oh, Setsuna's been caught out here. He'll be going down in the off lane. Not something you want to give up as the dire side here, but Dragul will be going down himself. He's got the Frost Armor to keep him alive a little longer. Skadoosh though going and laying his claws straight into Akat. He's trying to make a run for it. He doesn't have a single point in the Skeleton Walk, so he needs to be careful about this. Strafe activated, searing arrows as well. The silence from the Night Stalker. Skadoosh missing his auto attacks, will not be able to bring down the Klings. As the Night Stalker really just saving the day there with the crippling fear. He's got no points in Hunter in the Night, and this time around that really paid off for him. At mid, an attempted shackle shot there from Demo, but he gets clipped with the Laguna Blade. It doesn't matter, he's not scared. He's thinking of going forward. He's gonna bottle up. Now he's got the power shot available. Aims, fires, finds the mark as Demo will get the second kill on the Lena. Windranger is the new sniper, folks, confirmed. Blasphemy, still playing greedy here, not getting that Iron Talon. He's up to level 5 now. Once the Primal Roar is online, DDK will have to watch his toes here. Already we're seeing the Beastmaster zone out the Gyro. Gyro's got a good 33 CS, but Beastmaster hasn't been stopped either. 16 in the bank for him, and he's gonna hit level 6 first by the looks of it. There's also a rotation coming in from this Night Stalker. Remember, it's still nighttime, but he needs a level up to get that Hunter in the night. But he's not as mobile as you would like. He's still running at just 295 movement speed. He's going to run straight into Dragul, who's... yeah, they're just going to walk straight past each other. Meanwhile, at top, missed a kill as Skadoosh and Demo's Windranger again being put to work. They'll get a kill on the 1 position of Execution.IND. A very crucial pick-off indeed. As Klinks was probably the one saving grace here for Execution. Lips of an Angel, he's coming in with the Invis Rune. He'll get the Void Slow and then a Laguna Blade. No time wasted there by mid-TY. He'll get that kill. Slaughter, he's TP'd in as well. But the line for the Shackle Shot is not available there from the Windranger, as they'll back away. Not the worst thing in the world though for CSM. They end up losing their support line to the Lena. It'll bring her one step closer to her Yule Scepter if that's what she's going for. Dragul. Got the Frost Armor on him, and Blasphemy is going to get clipped now by the cooldown. This is going to be a dead Beastmaster. There's nothing you can really do about this besides try and still have a little longer. Crippling Fear. There's the Roar as well. Blasphemy is trying to make a run. Gets the Urn on him as well. Are you kidding me? He's still alive, but he goes down eventually, as the Gyro's Flak Cannon seems to have done the trick. Lich, however, looks like he's going to be the casualty, as the Night Stalker will run him down, but Gyro's going to come back in for round 2, and with the Rocket Barrage, he'll be able to secure the kill. Nope, Lion's going to get that with an auto attack. At the same time, it looks like the Lena went down at mid as well. Once again, the Windranger doing work, finding a solo kill on him. Even the Vengeful Spirit rotating in towards the mid, but she's unable to do anything there. CSM, they're starting to pull ahead now ever so slightly. 1,000 net worth and about 2,000 EXP going in their favor. They've also got the level 6 now online for this Lion who stayed alive through that kill on the Night Stalker at bottom. Which means Finger of Death is now a tool that they could use to find a kill. Possibly on this Beastmaster. Oh, again, mid-TY gets hit with a Shackle Shot. That's a double damage rune on this Windranger. She's going to run down the Lena. Lena's trying to stay alive. Power Shot flies, misses this time around. And Lena will survive, thanking the RNG gods. Meanwhile, top, Akat has been hit with the dust. The amp damage is there as well. Another Crush coming back online in 3 seconds. There's no way this Clink survives this. Oh, maybe there is. No, he's going to go down. A missed Crush, though, from Skadoosh. not going to be enough to help that Kling stay alive. 8 and 5. CSM now rolling with the punches and showing no signs of stopping. Their cores starting to get fat and starting to pull ahead. In terms of net worth, we see the Wind Ranger and the Gyro leading the chart. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Gyro is attempting a TP out. Are you kidding me? Beautiful Earth Spike from Morgan Free Farm. Secures the retreat, catching out both Blasphemy as well as Lips of an Angel, while Slaughter again doing work at top with Druggle's Lich. They'll find the kill on the Vengeful Spirit. So action all over this map. This is a lot more like SEA Dota that we're used to seeing, as we're going well over a kill a minute now. The score stands at 9 to 5, 9 minutes in. And Demo seems to be the clear victor of these early skirmishes, with a good 4,300 net worth attributed to his name. As for me, lost all of his mana here at this bottom lane. Well, Lion now secures the lane for him to continue farming. You've also got a TP coming in from the Gyro, but his movements have been scattered out by this dire Observer Ward. So Execution will not overstay their welcome in this bottom lane, as Blasphemy will move back to base. He attempted an early Necrobook, but with that one death, he's been set behind a little bit. The question is, does he still go back for the Iron Talon, or does he continue onwards, try and get the early Necronomicons? There was an attempt on top lane. The dust was used for the Klings, but they couldn't find an opportunity on him. Meanwhile, Demo at mid, he's going to get chain stunned, and the Laguna will blow him up as well. That's the kill that they needed, with the Lina getting the return kill. The dominating streak ended from the Wind Ranger on the back of an Invis rune, I believe, from the Venge. How's Kadush's progress towards that Blink Dagger? He's at 1,000 gold now in the bank for himself. He's getting there. A little more time of farm on this top lane, and he'll be getting about a 15-minute Blink Dagger, I assume. As for DDK, he's still doing a good job. 61 CS, close to the 10-minute mark. He's also got a few stacks in the jungle that he could clean up. Just the one camp, actually, that's been stacked up. And now he's got a Helm, and with that Helm, he'll start stacking his Ancients. And there's really no one on the side of Execution that can go and take down Ancients quickly. So there's no opportunity to steal those Ancients till the late game phase. And even then, it's going to be a tall order. Once again, a peek at the graphs reveals that things have not changed too much. It's gone up a little bit in favor of CSM, but it's now being brought back to the 0 point mark, while EXP tells a different story. CSM seem to be running away with this. Let's have a look at the levels again. Almost everyone hitting level 6 this game, just the Execution supports that need to get there just yet. It's night time once again. Lips of an Angel, he's about to hit level 6, and this is when Execution tries to pressure the map yet again. But for now, it does look like CSM are really controlling the pace of this game. There's almost a Maelstrom finished up on this Wind Ranger, which will once again accelerate her farm rate. And they're grouping up towards this bottom lane. They've also got the Arcane Rune for reduced cooldowns. As the Focus Fire will be expended, this tier 1 tower looks like it's going to go down. Are they going to contest though, because Blasphemy is under cover of a smoke. I believe there was a solo smoke used by him. Top lane, Dragul looks like he could be run down. Skadoosh is coming in around. Lips of an Angel could be going down himself here. Remember, they've got the Chain Frost if they really want to commit. Skadoosh will miss the crush yet again, and that will force a big and quick disengage from them. Lips of an Angel still trying to be aggressive here, but there's not too much he can do by himself. Middle lane, Setsuna and Co. They'll take what they can get, as they did trade off their bottom tier 1 tower. They'll get the tower at mid. Wind Ranger gets the money for that. Well, they'll throw down a Primal Roar onto Demo. They don't really have the firepower to bring him down. A little overzealous there from Blasphemy. Now he's going to get clipped by the Shackle Shot. They're going to blow him up with the Finger of Death, and then they'll hex up mid TY. Call down into the Rocket Barrage. Make that a double kill for Lion, aka Morgan Free Farm. Shackle flies, and once again it connects, as Setsuna will be the third casualty for Execution.IND. Really overstepping their boundaries. Greedy play coming out from that Beastmaster there, and Lina even choosing to commit over and above it. Sees them getting punished heavily with a clean 3-0 execute from CSM. They lost the tower, but they got a whole lot more there, as the score now stands at 13-6, 13 minutes into this game, and top tier 1 looks like it's about to keel over and die as well. Blasphemy. His greed could be paying off now. He's looking at about a 16 or 17 minute Necro book. And it's just a level 1 Necro book. Doesn't really add that much firepower. He's going to need a lot more time to continue farming if he wants to be of any use to his teammates, really. Tier 1 at top goes down. That's a little more map control. It's been lost by Execution. CSM looking good so far. Gyro, he's choosing not to get the drums this game. Instead, rushing the Yasha with the Blade of Alacrity pickup. Ancients, they've been stacked a couple of times as well. So once that Yasha's online, he'll be able to make quick work of them with the flak cannons. Well, the Beastmaster is continuing to pressure his bottom lane. But there's the big pickup. The Blink Dagger from the Slaughter. Another shackle shot finds its mark as the Night Stalker will be going down during the night time, shaving off some of his effectiveness. Kadoosh, he's TPing bottom. Remember, he's got the blink available if they want to initiate, but the Hawk has scouted this out. It doesn't really matter. He'll still commit. He's going to get clipped with the magic missile. The Roar will come out onto Dragul instead, and the Dragon Slave will finish up on the Slaughter from behind, while Lina will get herself a double kill, committing the Laguna Blade on the Lich. So Execution punishing the Slaughter for coming in on low HP. They didn't respect the Hawk and his vision there. They should have anticipated that. And they got caught completely off guard. With mid TY now getting himself that Yule Scepter almost finished up. He actually opted to get the Ether Lens first, and that's working wonders for him so far. Meanwhile, Demo, he's looking like he's going to get run down here. Akat's running in as well. Morgan Free Farms in the vicinity. They do have vision of this Wind Ranger. They need to silence her up with a crippling fear. Didn't they get it off? No, what did he use it on? Okay, looks like they did use it on him. The icon wasn't showing though. Lips of an Angel clipped with the Shackle. Demo finding the mark once again, and that'll allow him to secure his retreat. He's going to try and TP out. He'll be successful as well. The Hawk not summoned in time will allow the Wind Ranger to get away. Space was created. DDK, he's prepped and ready to do this. They'll get the crush and they'll body block the Venge, finishing the job on her as well. The chase is on. Skadoosh once more. He smells blood in the water. He's got his blink in 3 seconds time, but he can't continue to chase with the Necronomicons cancelling him out. Call down is available. Is he going to throw it down now? Yes, he is. Will it clip? Yep, just barely catches Blasphemy. But Skadoosh's blink is still being disabled. The Chain Frost flies back to the creeps. Blasphemy though will go down to the Frost Blast anyway. Lina trying to get a Light Strike Array on the retreat, but Skadoosh looks like he's going to survive. No, he won't. The Dragon Slave will finish the job from long range. Akat thinking of bringing down Morgan Free Farm, but he'll make a run for it. Now, the tables have been turned again. Lips of an Angel is going to get hexed up. He's got no mana for a Void, though, and it doesn't look like he'll get it anytime soon. But a beautiful stun from mid-TY will set up the skill on Morgan Free Farm. He'll go down to the Beastmaster's Necronomicons, who does work even in death. So as the dust settles, it's a 2-for-1 trade-off. The Beastmaster going down for the Slaughter and the Lion, making it a slightly favorable trade there for Execution.IND. That said though, the Wind Ranger continues to play objective Dota, and she'll bring down the mid tier 1 tower by herself, bringing her one step closer to either that Blink Dagger or the Aghanim Scepter. Well, Dragul is on war duty for his teammates now. His mechanism, it's going to take a long time before he actually gets it. I'm actually surprised he opted to get the mech this game instead of maybe getting a Glimmer Cape to deal with the magic damage from the Lina. But it's aggressive Dota time. That Blink Dagger will be put to use again. They've smoked and they'll catch a double crush as well. The cooldown's going to land perfectly onto Akat. Is disconnected, but that'll not keep him alive any longer as Gyro's flak cannons will secure the double kill and then the Necronomicon. So much money changing hands there as 2 cores on the side of Execution.IND go down. Setsuna looks like he's going to be next on the hit list. He did get hit with the bash once already, and the Rocket Barrage with the amp damage vision will run him down, making that a triple kill for DDK's Gyro. He's got the full Sanjin Yasha finished up, and he's well on the way towards his BKB if that's what he'll go for. More kills on the cards here. Mid-TY gets shackled to the lone tree there, and he'll end up losing his life and his killing spree to the Wind Ranger. That's 4 down on the sidelines for Execution.IND, making this mid-game phase look extremely grim for them. When in doubt, take Roshan, as Kadoosh and Co will move into the pit. They'll trigger the spell block and the amp damage comes through along with the Hex and the Focus Fire. They'll make quick work of this Rosh and secure the Aegis for themselves. There's really nothing that Execution can do to contest this, even though they probably already know that this is happening on the back of this Observer Ward. And now the Hawk's even flying in there, but it's a bit too late. Alright, Stalker His spidey senses are tingling. Skadoosh attempting that blind crush there, but even if he did get it off, I don't think his allies would have been able to get in range. There's the Sanjin Yasha and a spare Ogre Club picked up as well. Shackle shot does not connect on mid TY. Setsuna's coming in. He's in a dangerous position. He needs to be careful here. Nice Soccer. He's trying to run in like the man that he is, but well, his intentions may be pure. They may not be entirely successful. Blasphemy. He's still got just the level 1 Necronomicons now, and he's got the Primal Roar at the ready. Will he use it initiate on Demo though, because Demo's got the Aegis. It doesn't seem like the best move to bring her down. Shackle will connect. Will that be enough to commit? Looks like it will. They'll drop the call down on top of it as well. Slaughter gets the crush off on Lips of an Angel. Blasphemy just about to go down. Roars and stays alive a little longer, but the flags have been expended. The Chain Frost gets 2 for the Lich as Night Stalker and Beastmaster fall to his hands. Slaughter, the only casualty really for CSM. Setsuna's barely gonna survive, but they'll take the Lich, the Lina kill instead. The higher priority target. Oh, what have you done there, Wind Ranger? Getting 100 gold from the Necronomicon, but losing the Aegis for it. I guess it's okay at this point. They're really far ahead, and they should still be able to get this tier 2 tower. They have the focus fire if they want to commit it as well. Let's have a look at that courier. Nope, the Aghanim Scepter still a bit of a ways off for Demo. One Night Stalker. He's picked up a catch-up Midas now. About 20 minutes into this game. The scoreline still sitting at 23-11. Things are not looking good here for Execution.IND. CSM playing some good Dota so far, showing that their aggression is being rewarded well. And their farm is now starting to stack up here, as they'll take the lead in terms of gold and EXP once again. New toys being picked up for the supports as well. Lion, he'll get himself that Ether Lens and a gem to deal with the Clinks and the Beastmaster Hawk. Skadoosh. No progress over and above that Blink Dagger for now, but that's all he really needs to do his bit. He's got the level 2 amp online and ready to go. Setsuna will pop a smoke for his allies. Middle lane, mid TY. Trying to be the bait for Demo to jump in. If Demo blinks forward, he could be losing his life. But Skadoosh is here as well. They'll blink, they'll crush. They should be able to land the shackle as well. Mid TY, he's going to get caught out here and he'll get brought down easily. His teammates coming in now, trying to make something happen. Lich is going to get caught out behind. But it looks like they're going to commit a lot and a whole lot more, as Dragul still not going down. Big Earth Spike coming in. Call down along with the Rocket Barrage. They'll get 1 kill on the Night Stalker. Blasphemy is next on the hit list. Gyro gets that kill as Setsuna is on the run. He's not going anywhere. The Chain Frost will slow him down. The Urn ticking him down as well. But DDK says, no sir, that one's mine. Clinks, he's being run down here. They did have a gem on the Lion, but Lion can't get in range just yet. Leaving the Clinks as the only survivor, making it another 4 for nil trade in favor of CSM. With that Demo, he's going to have his full Aghanim Scepter coming online in just another 1100 gold. While we've actually got a BKB finished up for the Gyro now, so there goes any hope of bursting him down if he gets that BKB off in time. Oh, what have you done, Klings? He's walked into a line with a gem and he's been punished for it, as DDK is now onto a monster kill streak. He's got no mana to really work with, but I don't think he really cares at this point. With the Klings down for 36 seconds, this should be an easy tier 2 tower claimed by CSM. Skadoosh, he's taking up a good position for now. He'll be able to find that Hawk and he throws down the amp on it. Easy 60 gold there for Morgan Free Farm. They know that they're not being watched now, with that gem providing so much value and so much map control for CSM. It is nighttime though, so they'll tread cautiously for now. While Lips of an Angel and Co do have the vision advantage in these fights, they can't seem to find the initiations that they need. Setsuna, he's moving under cover of the invisibility rune, but he's got to know that he's not going to be too safe. Lion's got the gem. Setsuna, oh yeah, he's going to get scouted out here. He'll throw down the magic missile and attempt an escape here. But Slara is on the hunt. They won't find him just yet. Night Stalker's coming in as well. They've got the swap ready if they want to use it. Morgan free farm. Yeah, he's going to get caught out here. But again, what an Earth Spike. Catches 3 and then the Chain Frost on top of it. Adios, Setsuna and co. That's a double kill for the Lich again. They're still trying to fight this though. Dragul could be bursted down. Yep, he'll be going down. But Blasphemy's clipped. He's going to get caught by the Slaughter Crush as well. And he'll be next on the hit list as another Earth Spike holds him in position, making it a 3-for-1 trade, giving DDK a godlike spree. Mid TY doesn't get the light strike array off, and Skadoosh is going to have a blink and a crush. Oh, where have you blinked, my friend? That's the wrong direction, but it doesn't matter, as Mid TY will be sent to his grave by the Slaughter anyway. They committed a finger of death for that though, so it's something. Man, this Lion, he's really getting some insane Earth Spikes this game. Morgan Free Farm is delivering for his team today. That's going to be another objective claim, and with that, the last outer tower for Execution.IND goes down. They've got no more map control to work with. They're falling further and further behind, and it's at that point where CSM is just about ready to run away with it. At the start of this game, we spoke about how Execution's going to have the upper hand in the early to mid game phase, but CSM has just thwarted any hopes of them getting aggression moving. They got a few kills in the start, but that's all they really got. Once Slara got his blink, he's just been doing this all day, every day. Crush set up into the call down, and then they usually followed it up with the Earth Spike, but this time it didn't connect. Skadoosh getting pinged out now, trying to make a run for it. Setsuna wants blood, but he's just got that level 1 swap. The range is too short for him to try and commit to this. It's a Beastmaster Hawk. Just watching some of the movements here from CSM, so initiation is going to be a bit harder for them. But they've made their intentions clear. They really want to breach high ground now, as 5 heroes will group up bottom. Slaughter waiting in the wings. Let's have a look at, yeah, looks like the Direhawk does see this. But it doesn't really matter. DDK is already up on the high ground. He's got a brand spanking new 10-second BKB to use if he wants, and he's also got Frost Armor thrown on him. And some maxed out Frost Armor as well. Top lane. All the while you've got Klings trying to split push. He opted to go for the Orchid this game, so a bit of a disconnect between the item build and what their lineup is meant to do. Skadoosh, he's on the hunt. Klings, he's gonna hide himself for now. No gem on the Slaughter though, so they shouldn't have been able to see this. Is he really gonna try and make a play happen here on DDK? I don't think that's the best idea at this point. It feels like the Gyro could just turn around and kill him off himself with the lifesteal and that BKB. But he is out here by himself and he's got no TP. So at the very least, we could see Klings trying to force out a BKB charge from him, which might not be the worst thing in the world. There's going to be a Radiant Scan used here in the jungle, but they're not going to notice that they're coming from the other side. Here comes Lips of an Angel. He'll get the Void as well as the Crippling Fear. Can they lock down Demo though? Another Chain Frost. They know exactly where the rest of the team is. It bounces to the neutral team, but it doesn't matter as it comes back onto the hero's Dragul. He's done his pit. And he's gonna go down. No, he's gonna mech and survive for now. Setsuna gets hexed up and fingered down to death, while the Shackle Shot will latch onto Lina and secure her death as well. Another big Earth Spike on the tail end of it. Catches the Beastmaster and allows the Wind Ranger to clean up. She even had that fortunate double damage picked up, which allowed them to turn the tides of that battle ever so swiftly, making it a 4-0 team wipe in favor of CSM once again. Meanwhile, Klings struggling to get a BKB online, but I'm not sure how much value that's going to add now. They really don't have any firepower on the side of Execution at this point. The only thing they're relying on is a Laguna Blade, and that's just for one target. They've lost their tier 3, but CSM are not going to play greedy here. Disciplined Dota is the name of the game. They'll move back for Roshan, who's respawned. They'll get their Aegis. The Blink Dagger will be called out for the Lion, while you've got a full Daedalus almost completed up on this Wind Ranger. As the Chrysalis now flies out to her. Maybe an MKB might have been a better choice up against that Crippling Fear from the Night Stalker, but at this point it feels like they could build anything and get away with it. Scotty's finished up on the Gyro as well, so he's not as squishy as his opponents would have liked. 2700 HP, 20 armor, not including the bonus 9 armor from that Lich. In the jungle, you've got Wind Ranger getting caught, but the Shackle Shot will fly. Mid TY knows that he can't burst him down. But Demo wants more. He's actually going to blink forward and look for more. He's got an Aegis on himself, so he can afford to play cocky like this. On the other side, though, you've got a call down drop on Setsuna. He'll be going down. Let's look behind again as Demo, he's about to lose his Aegis. Lips of an Angel gets bashed by the Slaughter, and he'll be dropping as well, leaving the Klinks to make a headlong retreat. Lion, does he try for the blind Earth Spike? Nope. Klinks is TP'd out and made his way back towards the bottom lane. 2 down on the side of Execution.IND. They've both got buybacks and they're both supports. All the Aegis has already been expended on that Wind Ranger. The Crush comes out from the Slaughter but doesn't really connect. Looks like the Necronomicons will be brought down by the Lich. Takes the beating for it as well, but they've not taken down the Raxus at bottom. Instead, they've chosen to just push through mid. That'll be another tier 3 tower taken apart. DDK stunned up, but really not worried about his life. He's got enough HP to work with. And a BKB if really things go alright. Morgan free farm, stunned up, locked down. Not gonna matter as they'll end up getting the kill on the Vengeful Spirit anyway. Even the BKB expended for the Gyro from the Gyro for that one. Klinks goes down behind. The finger committed on him. Buyback from the Klinks. Can they use this opportunity to turn around? There's no BKB, no call down. Laguna thrown down onto Morgan free farm. He's still alive and he'll survive as well. No, he won't. Night Stalker gets the kill there. While the Chain Frost bounces once, bounces twice, double kill for Demo. That's his godlike streak as well. Akat goes down. That's a dieback on the Klinks, and we're just a few seconds away from the double G's being called, in my opinion. There it is. GG, well played. India has been crushed for this particular matchup. The Pakistani boys from CSM have done it. They'll move forward through the ESL India Premiership. Well, unfortunately, Execution.IND, this is where their road ends in the first Starter Cup. Thank you folks for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming and casting this match for you. Stick around though if you're a Hearthstone fan, as Hearthstone will be coming up next. I'm CloudX signing off for now in just a bit.